Hi everyone, welcome back to Surya Dev. This is the class one for 0 to 1 Actionable Backend Course. So in this class, we'll learn about the introduction of Node.js. What is Node.js? Why Node.js is exist? What is the event loop really does? Why async matters? And some other exercises. So uh, let's kill a big lie that most of the people think that Node.js is just a language that run on backend. So this is a big no. Like Node.js is not just a language run in the backend. If it is true that then the browser is already run JavaScript, then what is the use of backend? This is useless. So Node.js will not never be exist. So the truth is Node.js created to solve a real world scalable problem, not to run JavaScript. Okay. So the clear truth is Node.js is created to solve a real world scalability problem, not to run JavaScript. So before Node.js, the backend server used thread for request. Like one request is coming, then one thread will be there to process the request. And the thread is very heavy in terms of memory plus CPU. So as a result, whenever like a heavy request is coming, suppose 10,000 user is coming, then the server get crashed. And scaling of the server is very expensive. And this is the reason why real-time application like chat application are not able to build. It is very painful. Understood? Now let's see a flow diagram that how the thread for request is working. Suppose here one incoming request is coming. It is allocated. It is assigned to a thread to process that request and send the response. Likewise, if lot of request is coming, a dedicated thread is assigned to process that request, and this thread is heavy in terms of memory and CPU. So this is very like expensive in terms of when the scaling is coming, like scaling the server is coming. It is very expensive. So now this guy called Rian Dahl, he come up with a question called why should the server wait for slow thing like database call or network call. He come up with a question called why server should wait for slow thing like database call or any network call. So this question changed the backend forever. And he is the creator of Node.js. He built the Node.js with non-blocking IO, single-threaded event loop, and asynchronous execution. Understood? He is the creator of Node.js, React. Now, do you think that Node.js is fast because of JavaScript? It is not. Node.js is fast because it avoids waiting. Okay. If you make a mental model that in traditional backend, the request is coming and the server processes the request. So for that you have to wait, and after that the server send the response. But in case of Node.js, the request is coming and it get delegated to work to the worker, and after that it handle the other request. Here no waiting is there. After that it come back to the delegated work later. So this way the Node.js backend didn't wait and it handle the other request. So if you see that the Node.js is a manager, not a worker. If you see this diagram, here the Node.js server is there and lot of request is coming. What Node.js server is doing, it is delegate the request to some of the worker and it process the other request. Suppose the request and one is coming, it delegate to work to the worker and then process the second request. Then it delegate to another thread and then process the third request. Likewise, it didn't wait and it is a manager. It is like a manager like thing and delegate the request to different worker. Understood? So hope you have understood uh, this. This now it's for our action time for the day one practical. Okay, open your VS Code, open your terminal, and type node hyphen v. Check whether you have installed Node.js or not. If you have not installed Node.js, go to this official website of Node.js and install Node.js as per your operating system. Okay, so after installing the Node.js, what you have done, create a file called Node.js file called app.js, and here write a line called console log with a hello message, hello from Node.js. So this is the line you have written in the app.js. After writing this line of code, if you want to run this code, then we have to put a command called node space in the file name. File name is app.js. Then if put enter, then this code will be executed and it will print hello from Node.js. So if you have done this thing, then congratulations, you have just ran a JavaScript outside of your browser. This is not browser, this is VS Code. So all of you, congratulations that you have written a JavaScript code outside of the browser. So but this is not backend yet, right? So now replace that code with this, like remove this code, have a console log, so log like start here, yeah, start. After that, add a set timeout, set timeout with 0 second. And inside that, call back, have a console that timer is finished. Okay. Now outside the set timeout, have another console log that end of okay. This is the code. If you want to run this code, then we can have to type more space in the file name. Now after running this code, you'll see the code is like this. Okay. So here what happened, even though there is a timeout with 0 second, it didn't wait for this line number 4 code to execute. It execute the first line where the static is printed. After that, this it didn't wait for this line. It execute the last line. That is the program is saying after that the timer is finished is come. So how it is working, like here the event loop is coming. Like the first one is a synchronous code. Here the set time is a asynchronous code. Here what Node.js has done, it see that this is a synchronous code. It executed that first line. After that it see it is a asynchronous code. So it delegate to the worker. This code it delegate to a worker and it handle the other code, other asynchronous code. So now it is printed end of the program. Now after that there is no program to execute. So now the event loop is free. So what it does, it say whether the worker is having some asynchronous code or not, is executed or not. So after the event loop is free, so that code is executed and the timer is finished is printed. So I hope all of you have understood this code. So I'm repeating once. So first line, when the node is executed, it see the first line console log, it printed. After that, it see a set timeout, which is a asynchronous code. So it delegate to the worker. After that, it handle all the other asynchronous code. Like here, another line is there. It execute that one. So now the end of the program is printed. After that, there is no code to execute it. So now the event loop is free. So it handle the asynchronous code which is finished. Okay. So even though there is 0 second, the node just delegate the work to the event loop. Okay. Understood? So this is the like heart of the Node.js. Uh, think of that like event loop is a simply one brain or a to-do list that execute the synchronous code, register the asynchronous task. When the synchronous code finishes, it process the asynchronous callback. Here what happened, like it registered this asynchronous set timeout function. After all the event loop is free, it executed this callback of the asynchronous code. Okay, so this way Node.js never block itself. So this is the reason why a lot of the company like Netflix, PayPal, Uber, and a lot more is using Node.js. Okay. So now it's time for homework. You have to rewrite this one with console log of A and write something like do some operation like math operation or and all inside that set timeout. And after that, have another synchronous code and predict the output before run it and explain it with your own word. So this way you can build a muscle memory. Write it again and again, 2 to 3 times. You write it with different code. Like here, console log A, B, C is there. You write console log something, do some operation inside the set timeout, and have another console log. So try this one, build a muscle memory. And I hope you have understood. Please comment below if you have any doubt. Thank you all. Have a good day. See you in the next one.